Direct to at Lyric of Wisdom, please.
And at Collision Series TV. We got to get that on the
too.
Twitter. Regardless, so we got winner semis. We got Syrup versus Yellow. Now to kind of talk a little bit more about this, Steve, right? This is definitely not just a random Steve pick.
No.
Syrup has been putting a lot of time into this. I believe he was playing some games with it at the mid-off, and it was winning games. So this is definitely not a just random, like, disrespect pick. I feel like a lot of the times when people don't see the main come out automatically, it's like, oh my god, it's a disrespect pick. No, he's genuinely trying to put in work here, especially versus Fox, a character who's a fast faller, right, Uval? This isn't exactly going to be too much of a fun time for Yellow.
One of the interesting things about like the Fox-Steve matchup is like a lot of the times Fox can play in just this very mid to close range against Steve, and while it is temperamental, I'll say, at the best of times, because all it takes is, you know, one jab, you can get walked across the stage, or one up tilt and you get blown up for it. Steve honestly doesn't always have an answer to the quick frame data and the insane burst range that Fox has, unless you're playing extremely preemptively, which Fox can then punish.
Thing is, Yellow does have a lot of experience in this matchup.
That's
Dare I
true,
say that the Bay players of Pennsylvania, so Bay being Bethlehem, Allentown, and Easton, being Beast, Rondor, Yellow. We include Citadel in there because he's from NEPA. You get a lot of practice playing Citadel every week, and Citadel doesn't travel as much, but he's still a very, very solid Steve. Still PR'd in Pennsylvania as well. So the matchup inexperience isn't coming into play here, and you can already tell knows the combos, knows the percentage, knows what to look out for, but honestly, can't really avoid that back air for sure.
Yeah, a lot of matchups can feel like, especially as Steve, like when you just are kind of getting smothered in one way or another, you can just go into back air mode. Like, it is an insane individual button when you're trying to close out a stock, and establishing that threat range is so important, and Fox, like, no better example of that than Fox right in that very moment. Up smash a little bit zealous from Syrup, trying to catch an early stock or catch an early percentage immediate, but man, Yellow's just all over him with some of these strings. We saw him earlier in on stream, and just, it is a take no prisoners Yellow here this week.
Yeah, for sure. Definitely getting a lot better too on a lot of these combos. These are freestyle combos, right? Going all the way for the F smash, you're not going to be able to find it. Syrup just looking a little bit lost. No punish exactly on the mistech. Could have been an easy up smash, but we're just going to convert up tilt into up air. We got game one going on over to Yellow, and now here's the question, Uval. Do we ride it out with Steve? Do we just say it's a Steve week? Do we go right to the nest? What are you thinking?
I think if Syrup is genuine about wanting to pick up Steve, which is a legitimate thing I've known he wants to do. Like, he wants to have a secondary that isn't just ride or die nest, because that we're playing Smash Ultimate. Smash Ultimate is a very much a counter picker's haven.
Sure.
But if you're thinking about, like, when you're thinking about a secondary Lyric, you think about, like, okay, there are characters that I want to use my secondary for, and I want them to get better, but is Fox one of those characters? Is Ness Fox that bad that you're going to want to switch to, that you're going to want to switch off Ness? You could argue Ness is, even if not capable of taking down Foxes all across the board. We've seen that time and time again with, in the case of Gact and Proceraman. I believe Gact is positive on that Fox.
Well, we did see a couple of controller changes coming out from Syrup, so we can only be assuming that it's gonna be the Switch. Okay, no, never mind. All right, we're just...
He mixed us all.
He mixed us up. That was the best mix-up I've ever seen. All right, riding it out. I commend this move, right? If you want to really play this secondary, you have to figure out how to fight yourself out of a pinch here. Yellow, though, already laying on 50%, about 10 seconds in. Unfortunately for Syrup, that is going to be an SD as well. I don't count that as 0 to death. I know some people really are like, oh my god, 0 to death. That was not a 0 to death.
Yeah, unforced error. And you just kind of have to hold that if you're Syrup, and hopefully try and find some sort of reversal. Like, there is a plenty in Steve's kit. 49%, though, is kind of this sweet spot where, yeah, you can get your up air back airs and you have, like, some smaller combos, but you're not killing Fox off of any single hit unless you're going with, like, some no impact landing shenanigans, which at this point, Syrup hasn't been allowed to play the game, let alone set up tech.
I love how Yellow is practically... That's two. Yellow is practically ready for any which DI that Syrup is going for, right? We're seeing a lot of these, like, awkward follow-ups that you wouldn't exactly, you know, like, count on. You wouldn't exactly kind of picture it out here. We're seeing a lot of forward air, etc., but Syrup just not finding the strides that he needs. these times when I see a Steve player just really so far down, you have to play the character to what it's good at, right? Go build a wall, go camp, get your materials up. You know what you got to do, right? There's that back air you were talking about, very old, reliable, but there's the Nair looking for the up smash, not going to be able to find anything, but my goodness, just going to side special through the anvil, does not care about it at all, and find the up there.
I mean, what's there more to say? Like, that was just a complete deconstruction, as you were mentioning earlier, Lyric. Like, Yellow is one of the most practiced, again, and Philly in general has some of just the best practice against Steve consistently with players like Citadel, players like Law, like just having the chance to play against what is arguably the best character in the present metagame. Nice replay of us, brother. Oh, thank you, production. Yes.
Kelvin is the best.
He is the man.
The stream producers here at Collision are just like my favorite people. Like, you got Kelvin and Nick, like they're fantastic.
They're
Get
beautiful
the replay on the. Regardless, we're gonna check the replay. The replay is coming out for the entire set, man. I mean, the 3, 2, 1, go, and then just I feel like Syrup just. Right idea, right, to air dodge out, but just you're facing the wrong way, and things just kind of fall apart. Definitely not the showing from the Syrup Steve that we want to see, but some good VODs nevertheless to study and get better. Yeah,
I mean, and honestly, we could even see the matchup play out just in the first, despite the SD at the very opener. Like, Syrup realized, hey, against Fox, I need to kind of control the game state a little bit better, or else Yellow has proven that he's going to run all over me. I'll build my 3-high wall and try to do exactly that. Wait, he hit me for it. Oh no, I'm getting up there.
That's the thing, too, with Fox players especially. I mean, they're all about momentum. If you just shut down the momentum, you kind of, like, squash the fire very, very quickly. Kelvin, are we moving on into winners finals, or are we going to drop down to lower bracket? All right.
Yeah, we got to hit you with a HelloFresh ad first and foremost. HelloFresh being one of the premier take-home of the food delivery services. And if you use our link and go to HelloFresh.com, or and with the code POGHF93413, which you can see on screen right now, you can get 65% off of your first meal plus free shipping.
Sheesh.
Just by going to HelloFresh.com or by using